These exquisite works of art reflect Champa myths, religion, and philosophy of the Champa people. Approximately 70 artifacts are on display that can be divided into two groups: stone materials, such as sculptures, statues, seals, architectural, decorative elements, and items for worship; precious metal materials, such as gold, silver jewelry, linga yoni, kosa linga, and hairpins. These artifacts were discovered in different provinces in central Vietnam, dating during the 7th to 16th centuries AD. These collections on display present an overview of exquisite Champa art in Vietnamese history. All right, Erica, so they say this place is an AC, but man, it feels like it. Nice and cool in here.
Good.
So we only have an hour, and that's partially by choice. I wanted it to be about the time we would spend normally if we were just doing it on a regular long episode. But I think it should be enough time. Enough time we don't have to museum dash, but also short enough that we won't linger too much. Because if I'm in a museum like just myself, I will tend to just spend a lot of time staring at things, which maybe doesn't make the best
video. The French colonial era exhibits explore a period of French rule in Vietnam, including resistance movements and the rise of Vietnamese nationalism. And then you got that 20th century revolution, a comprehensive look at Vietnam's struggle for independence and establishment of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Nice. And also it says ethnology. It displays dedicate cultural diversity, Vietnam's various ethnic groups. Oh, yeah. They have over 200,000 artifacts.
Weapons and other symbols of authority in Dong Son culture have been discovered with large numbers, diverse in types, unique in style and function. They include daggers, short swords, axes, javelins, crossbow, arrowheads, and breastplates. These artifacts provide important information on researching technical levels, military, political, and social culture of Dong Son residents. This is the Battle of Hanoi. Qing invaders were defeated by the Quang Trung King. That's 1789. So it's late 1789. The Chinese were still trying to reincorporate Vietnam into the empire.
And the Vietnamese are badasses. This needs to be known. They freaking will defend. For real, they defend themselves every time. They don't go around trying to start nothing, but they ain't going to let anybody finish anything with them. But the discovery of Dong Son drums in New Guinea is seen as proof of trade connections spanning at least the past 1,000 years between this region.
Cool. New Guinea is not close by.
No. Isn't that cool?
However, our ancestors, the ancient Viet, imported many of the positive elements of foreign influence into the culture, such as writing and ceramic production, to develop a distinct national culture. All right. This is part of what I wanted to, I'm sorry we missed this when we were doing our, long tours of Hanoi, because this does set up, at least somewhat, the story of Vietnam, which I think we kind of missed, unfortunately. I mean, we obviously got parts of it, but we didn't really put together a whole story. And it starts out with Vietnam being part of China, but I'm personally unclear on whether it was the southern Chinese Nanyue Kingdom or whether it was the larger Chinese Empire. But we need a historian on the show to clear this kind of stuff up. You know what a potsherd is?
Potsherd, like, how's that spelled? But
Potsherd.
Potsherd, or like potsherd, maybe? I don't know. Let me see. I have literally never heard of that.
No, me neither. While you're looking it up, I'm going to mention, I've noticed that
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never heard of that. It's a broken piece of ceramic material, especially one found on an archaeological site.
Oh, holy shit, that's exactly what it is. They really got that nailed. Pay money for that. No. Well, that's kind of cool, though. So they've got these.
You got to pay money?
For the audio tour, yeah.
Oh,
you can download the app for free on Google Play, and then if you want to unlock the audio tour, you have to pay, but it's 100,000, so it's about $4. Not too bad. We won't do it because I'm talking to you.
Yeah, because every time you're outside and you're like pouring sweat, I sweat vicariously through you. I feel so bad for you.
But when I stepped in here, the temperature dropped 10 degrees. Something about the concrete construction, fans, and the building is designed to have a lot of open air, but they're not using that. They're just going with the fans and the fact that it's just cooler in a concrete building. Okay.
This place is gorgeous. I love it.
Well, I noticed. Go ahead.
Oh, I saw, like, when you spin around, I know you're about to get to it again. I saw sculptures, and I see all kinds of little infographics and stuff.
Well, I don't think it's any coincidence that you won't find a more peaceful culture than one that's had to constantly defend itself from invaders. They appreciate the years they get of peace. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Hearts and Minds, but it's about the American War. There's a Vietnamese, I think he's a monk in there that was talking about it. He said, what made the Americans think that 10 years was going to be enough to take Vietnam? The Chinese have been trying to do it for 1,000 years. You've told us about that one before.
Yes, I remember. Avalokiteshvara, also known as Lokiteshvara, Lord of the World.
Oh.
And I've never seen that other part. Oh, Tibetan. In Tibetan, it's Shenrazig. I don't know. But it's 10th level Bodhisattva.
10th level Bodhisattva.
And it's the earthly manifestation of the self-born eternal Buddha. He guards the world in the interval between the exit of the historical Buddha Gautama and the appearance of the future Buddha Maitreya. He is a compassionate bodhisattva. Interesting. The Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara is Guanyin in China. And it's depicted as a female. That one is depicted as female in China, but it's a gender fluid entity because it says the way Bodhisattva has the ability to manifest on Earth in many different forms. I'm going to read a little bit of what you'd sent about it because it says exhibits, prehistory, archaeological finds showcasing the earliest human settlements in Vietnam dating back 300,000 to 400,000 years ago. We're seeing lots of this. Ancient kingdoms, artifacts from Vietnam's various dynasties, Cham cultures, Dongsan bronze drums, which we saw, and items from the the French colonial era. Exhibits explore a period of French rule in Vietnam, including resistance movements and the rise of Vietnamese nationalism. And then you got that 20th century revolution, a comprehensive look at Vietnam's struggle for independence and establishment of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Big reveal.
Ooh.
Da-da-da. Lovely Buddha statue.
When was that made?
The statue of Amitabha Buddha. This is a replica of a statue from 1057.
Oh, they did good making it look ancient, y'all. Yeah. What's that?
This is a column with dragon wave motif, like a coiling dragon around it.
Yeah.
All right, let's show one thing over here. Right. An ancient culture. Oh, this is a big drum. I thought the other one was a drum.
Oh, what? Look, it's a portal to the next level. You can skip levels.
It does look that way, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a drum.
What? That's cool. That's huge.
The biggest bronze drum of Dongsan culture ever discovered.
Ancient kingdoms, artifacts from Vietnam's various dynasties, Cham cultures, Dongsan bronze drums, which we saw, and items from the Viet period?
Yeah.
And French colonial era. Oh, I guess we're going to come up on that. I always find it fascinating with the tools and any kind of pottery or metal crafts or anything way back in any historical period, because I can't make anything. So
Right.
just think, and we have like literally everything at hand to use to make it.
Right. It used to get to be super easy now. So you can imagine how difficult it was and how important it was to have this skill for a civilization back in ancient times.
Oh, here you go. The tradition of using mortuary vessels or burial jars involves a method of secondary burial, where the remains of the dead initially buried to decompose will be transferred into the vessel for reburial. So secondary multiple burial in a single jar coffin reflects family relationship among co-buried individuals.
Oh, well, hanging lamps. Lampstand in the shape of a kneeling man.
Oh, during that period, like the stuff that you're looking at, it says that the elephant was an important symbol of Vietnamese warfare.
So there's not
just a touch of Monet-ish, a little impressionist.
right. Touch of Monet.
Okay, so it is swirly and a little blur.
Yeah, very swirly. In fact, I get up a close shot. Let's head on up now. Collections of Champa art or the main gallery? Which do you want to do first?
Ooh, you choose.
I'm fascinated by the Champa, so that's the small areas. The Champa Heritage Collections include stone sculptures, architecture, paintings, music, items of worship, and precious metal jewelry. And so Dongsun is a culture. Dongsun culture is an archaeological culture of the Middle Age in Vietnam from 2,500 to 2,000 years before now. This culture was named by archaeologists based on the accidental discovery of a group of ancient bronze objects in Dongsun village on the banks of Ma River in San Hoa province in 1924. Ancient
I don't know. You've seen that video of that elephant going and destroying this guy's funeral, and then some people, I don't know if it had been harmed by the guy, and I was like, elephants do never forget.
Apparently. We don't forgive either. After the defeat of the insurrection against the Zhao dynasty, after the year 111 AD, during the period when the Han Empire dominated Nam Viet, the population resisted all attempts at cultural assimilation by the Chinese over a period of 1,000 years, maintaining a separate identity from the preceding Hong King period onward. I think that was Scott. Oh, no, that was you. Did you get disconnected?
Yeah. Yes, I don't know what's going on with this computer, but what? Like, I'm not doing anything else on it except for looking up things, and it should be used to that by now.
Many wars and insurrections resulting in autonomous but temporary governments finally culminated in the victory at Bac Dang River, Huangnan province in 938, marking independence for the whole country. So it resulted in independence, but it might be less clear than that, to be honest. Even the Nanyue kingdom in Guangzhou was, at times it was more independent than others, according to how much attention the empire could turn towards them. When they weren't able to send down, armies, the king in Nanyue just kind of ran it himself. All right.
I love it. I wish we could. I just want to be there because I would so just tool around up in there forever.
Well,
But we did see a lot of good historical items, and we're about to see. So the more modern stuff is on the way out.
No, we already went to that museum. We managed to do the Museum of the Revolution.
Okay, because I was like, well, if they have only up to the 20th century in there is what they said, and I was like, well, I'm not sure exactly where everything is in here, but I see a lot of a lot older than that, y'all.
Yeah, no, this one, I don't think they even go up to the 20th century. Is that what it said? I think they go up to the French occupation. They go up to that point, and then it transfers over to the. If you want to keep going with the history, it transfers over to the other side of the street, which is the Museum of the Revolution.
That's what it was. The other building is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I apologize that I can't flip the camera around and say goodbye, but I will walk over to this table or this bench right here and sit down. That doesn't really help the viewer, but
it looks very like National Treasure kind of a thing where you're like gonna sneak over there and get some kind of document.
We're gonna sneak in here and get y'all treasure. So good statue. Cool. Ladles? Oh, sorry. I missed the ladles. These are the ladles.
Oh.
Various metal workings. The Viet shaped coffin signed by the Prime Minister of Vietnam to be recognized as a national treasure of 2013. The boat-shaped coffin is evidence of the burial traditions of the Dong Son people who lived in the northern delta and coastal areas. Yeah. Types of jewelry. Hello. There we go. Beads and earrings. Secondary burial jar. Secondary?
What do they mean, secondary?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It's not the top burial jar. It's lower level. Lamp, pot, vase. Oh, maybe it's for organs and stuff because the secondary ones are very small. Victory from Southern Han invaders on Bat Nang River in 938. Oh, they came around Haiphong. The Vietnamese fought them around Haiphong in the, looked like it was a naval battle. They were coming from, they say Nam Han, which would just be southern China. It would be present day Guangxi province. the one that's immediately to the north of northern Vietnam. Terracotta construction material. Yeah, I think it would be worth it to get that audio guide. If you were coming here and you wanted to spend more than an hour, you'd want to go ahead and get that. In fact, I may come back and do that before I leave because I haven't. Okay, so we've got miniature drums, hairpins, button of armor. Armor, maybe it's leather armor or something. Buckles, bracelets, armlets, and bells.
Oh, that's a bell. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that. Oh, that's a bell. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that.
The 2nd to 1st century BC. This would have predated Viet culture. Fragments of molds for casting Dongson bronze drum. I can't imagine anything else we're going to do here. I mean, it could be a lie because we could sneak in one more. I don't know. But as far as I'm planning right now, that's going to be our last episode. And we're going to make it a retrospective and chat. We won't talk so much about that coffee because we've done that before. We'll mention a little about it, but then we're just going to talk about what we've done here in Hanoi, what we've seen, and what we're planning for the summer. You ready for that episode?
Yes.
Excellent. I didn't look. See, we didn't have any viewers. So we didn't get any comments. It's just, well, I didn't watch. All right, well, goodbye to everyone. I hope if you're watching this or if you watch this before the end of the week that you will join us on Friday. All right, Erica, you can stay on if you want to keep chatting a bit.
Okay.
All right. See everyone on Friday's episode, and enjoy the next week.
Jag är den sista och som jag kommer att se personer som tar över. Jag är med sig för mig i blurren. Men jag kan rätt och vara lite lobben. 4. Den är typ. Jag kan råda sig för från. Helvete! Hit om det! Ja, jag är den sista och som jag kommer att se personer som tar över. Jag är med sig för mig i blurren. Men jag kan rätt och vara lite lobben. 4. Den är typ. Jag kan råda sig för från. Helvete! Hit om det! Ja, jag